Sri Lanka's fertilizer issue hit another bump in the road last month after the National Plant Quarantine Service found high levels of bacteria in a shipment of Chinese-manufactured organic fertilizer that was supposed to be sterile. Following the revelation, a shipment of over 12,000 metric tons manufactured by Kindau Sewin Biotech Group and dispatched to Sri Lanka was rejected by the importer Ceylon Fertilizer Company based on the test reports. This resulted in a diplomatic response from China with its embassy in Colombo calling the National Plant Quarantine Service decision hasty and lacking scientific basis. The embassy also alleged that the NPQS had tested the fertilizer samples for bacteria after only 3 days, despite the International Plant Convention requiring testing to be carried out after 6 days. Offering a clarification on the matter, Director General of the Department of Agriculture Dr. Ajantha De Silva denied this and confirmed that all necessary IPPC guidance were followed, with testing taking place after 7 days, despite officials suspecting the presence of Erwinia within 3 days. Dr. De Silva also explained why Sri Lanka should not allow a third-party test report, as is now being requested by Kindau Sewin Biotech.
Under the IPPC regulation, usually the National Plant Quarantine Service of any country has been given the permission to carry out their operation and to do the laboratory testing based on the facilities and all that, and to give the recommendation for any sort of issues regarding plant quarantine. So therefore, Sri Lankan plant quarantine also has a very good laboratory to cater all these type of laboratory tests. And we are working with many countries in the world. So therefore, I don't think there is any necessity to go for another independent laboratory and get those test results and do our operation.
Further responding to Kindau Sewin's recent claims that Sri Lanka's NPQS failed to share its test report and methodology, Dr. De Silva explained that the NPQS is only obligated to share its documents with China's Plant Quarantine Service and not with the manufacturer.
NPQ of Sri Lanka should give any sort of clarification to the China NPQ. For courtesy, we can give for any other party, but there is no mandatory requirement for the NPQ to elaborate anything. But in this case, we have even gone very further on this one, and we have issued the way that we have done everything to the National Fertilizer Secretariat, and I know they have even shared the way that the NPQ has done the test. Methodologies for these type of tests is usually a standard test. If you say the potato, carrot test or whatever, so everybody knows those who are dealing with pathology. Like that, we have already informed what the test was.
Dr. De Silva also explained that any concerns on the testing process needs to be raised by China's National Plant Quarantine Service and added that so far no communications in this regard have been received.
The Sri Lankan NPQ has already sent the non-compliant report to NPQ, and China has to reply on that. So that correspondence are going on. They have not any indicated regarding the way that the laboratory was operating anything on this regard.
Meanwhile, farmers are continuing to protest the lack of chemical fertilizer and demanding an immediate solution. In contrast, however, farmers in Kabitigollava in Anuradhapura have decided to begin their farming activities, putting their trust in the government's organic drive. Accordingly, in Trincomalee, it is reported that a total of 25,000 acres of paddy fields are being prepped for cultivation.
කට උත්තර නැති වෙන්න කලින් සිග්නල් ඩීප් ක්ලීන් එකකට මාරු වෙන්න.